African soldiers in a fierce confrontation with rebel fighters in an area close to the capital's presidential palace. Infantry platoons often brace an expected ambush to recover strategic towns and routes.
They are actually what stands between, the Somali government and lack of a Somali government. The Somali government would not exist without the African Union peacekeeping force in Somalia, because the Somali government does not have the strength and the capacity that is needed to stand on its ground.
As the African Union marks the 50th year since the founding of the continent's organization that spearheaded efforts to liberate Africa from its colonial masters, the African mission in Somalia is a success story. Though the peacekeeping mission is far from over in Somalia and the continent still grapples with the vagaries of terror and poverty, the case in Somalia is that of rising hope.
The Somalia case in the AU is probably one of the most successful interventions that the African Union has done anywhere in Africa in the last 50 years. And I think now they are actually thinking about replicating their efforts in Somalia, where you had few countries intervening in one of the most unstable places on the face of the planet, and essentially turning events to the positive.
Despite threats of guerrilla-style attacks looming large, the capital is at most stable and secure. The presence of the AU troops patrolling the streets of the capital attests to strengthening security in the capital.
There is no better place to celebrate this anniversary than here in Mogadishu. It is here where the African Union has done history. And I would like to focus specifically on the theme of peace and security, which is at the core of the African Union mandate. We have a broad partnership, of course, several of us, international partners with the AU, but it is here in Mogadishu, in this theme, where the African Union has really made a difference.
Somalia's second port of Kismayo was liberated by the Kenya Defense Forces 7 months ago, lending credence to the African mission's peacekeeping capacity. Now African leaders will seek to map out the next 50 years of political and economic integration. And even as they celebrate the Golden Jubilee, African leaders will merge the blueprint for Agenda 2063 for socio-economic and political transformation of the continent. Mohammed, Hirmoge, CCTV, Mogadishu.